took the contract because nobody else wanted it. That alone should have been a warning. The facility wasn't marked on any public map. No sign at the road. No logo. Just a concrete structure buried halfway into the ground, surrounded by nothing but flat land and fog. My job title was simple: archive supervisor. Not security, not technician, supervisor. When I asked what exactly I'd be supervising, the recruiter smiled and said, records that don't age well. The building had no windows. Inside, everything was white. White walls, white floor, white lights that never flickered, never dimmed. The kind of place where time feels artificial. I was given a badge, a key card, and one rule: never access the same file twice. No explanation, no exceptions. The archive itself was underground. Long corridors, rows of sealed doors, each one labeled with a date and a time. Not dates in the past, dates in the future. The earliest file was 3 months ahead, the latest decades. I assumed it was some kind of predictive data project. Simulations, forecasts, risk models. That illusion lasted exactly 47 minutes. That's how long it took me to open my first file. Door 2031/04/19:42. Inside was a small room, a desk, a chair, and a screen already turned on. The video showed a street. I recognized it immediately. My street. The timestamp in the corner read 1841. My phone buzzed in my pocket. 6:41 p.m. The footage wasn't archived. It was live. I stepped closer to the screen. The camera angle was wrong. Too low, too steady, like it wasn't mounted, like someone was holding it. Then I saw myself, walking into frame, stopping in front of my apartment building, checking my phone, doing exactly what I had done an hour earlier. The video cut to black. A line of text appeared. File accessed, record locked. My radio crackled. Please confirm archive integrity. I hesitated before answering. What happens? I asked. If I open the same file again? Silence. Then calmly, we document the outcome. I left the room and sealed the door. Told myself it was coincidence. Pre-recorded footage. Psychological screening. That night, I couldn't sleep. The next morning, when I returned to the archive, something had changed. A new door stood at the end of the corridor. No date, no time, just a label printed in black. Supervisor, active. My badge unlocked it automatically. Inside was another screen. Paused. The image hadn't loaded yet, but the timestamp was already there. It was today's date, and the time was counting down. The timer on the screen didn't stop when I stepped inside. It kept counting down 1 second at a time. 19 minutes and 43 seconds. 19 minutes and 42 seconds. The image finally loaded. It wasn't a street this time. It wasn't my apartment. It was the archive. The same corridor I had just walked through. Same white walls. Same sealed doors. The camera angle was higher than before, near the ceiling. I was already in the frame, standing exactly where I was standing now. Watching myself, watching the screen. I turned around. Nothing behind me. When I looked back, the version of me on the screen moved. He stepped closer to the camera. I stayed still. He didn't. The radio crackled again. Archive deviation detected. My throat tightened. Deviation from what? No answer. The timer hit 0. The screen cut to text. Outcome logged. Then a new video started automatically. This one was different. It showed a room I had never seen before. Darker, smaller. A single chair bolted to the floor. Someone was sitting in it. I leaned closer. It was an older man. Gray hair, thin face. He looked exhausted. The timestamp read 2034/11/2 to 9:15. The man raised his head and looked directly into the camera. Into me. I didn't think you'd last this long, he said. The audio was clean. Too clean. Who are you? I asked. He smiled faintly. Someone who opened the same file twice. My pulse spiked. He leaned forward as far as the restraints allowed. They told you not to do it, didn't they? No repeats. No curiosity. I swallowed. What is this place? The man exhaled slowly. It's not an archive, he said. It's a filter. He explained that the files weren't predictions. They were branches. Possible outcomes, possible decisions. Every file accessed removed one possibility from reality and locked it in as fact. That's why you can't open them twice, he said. Because the second time, you'd see what changed. The screen glitched. For a brief moment, I saw something behind him. Rows of chairs, most of them empty. So not. How do I leave? I asked. The man's expression shifted. You don't, he said. You get replaced. The video froze. My radio screamed to life. Supervisor intervention required. The lights in the corridor dimmed for the first time. A new door unlocked nearby. Its label printed itself in real time. 2034/11/2 to 9:16. 1 minute after the man's timestamp. I backed away. That's not my date, I whispered. The archive responded immediately. The label flickered. The numbers changed, becoming closer, more accurate, until it stopped. Today, I ran, not toward the exit, toward the first room I had opened. 2031/04/19 to 1842. My file. The door was still sealed. My key card didn't work. Behind me, I heard footsteps. Calm, unhurried. The radio spoke one final time. Supervisor roles are temporary. The footsteps stopped right behind me, and the archive lights shut off. Darkness in the archive wasn't complete. The emergency lights activated one by one, casting thin red lines along the floor. Not enough to see clearly. Enough to move. I stood still listening. No footsteps, no radio, just the low hum of the building like it was breathing. I pressed my badge against the reader again. Denied. Behind me, a screen powered on. I turned slowly. The supervisor, active room, was visible now, its door fully open. Inside, the screen that had been counting down earlier was live again. It showed a different angle. The archive entrance. A new person was walking in. Young, nervous, holding a badge for the first time. Me, not the me standing here. The version from before the contract. I finally understood. The archive didn't predict the future. It selected it. Every supervisor wasn't hired. They were inserted. Temporary placeholders until the next one arrived. The radio came back online. You've reached end of term, the voice said. Calm, neutral. What happens if I refuse? I asked. A pause. Refusal is logged. The red lights shifted. Doors began unlocking down the corridor. Not future dates. Past ones. I saw fragments as I ran. A woman screaming at a screen, showing her child's accident. A man begging to be erased from his own file. An empty chair, still warm. They weren't supervisors. They were corrections. I reached the control hub at the center of the archive. A place I hadn't been allowed to access. No door, just an interface. One option pulsed on the screen. Reassign outcome. Below it, a single line of text. One record may be altered. All others will stabilize. I thought of the man in the chair, of myself walking into the building for the first time. I selected my own file, not the future one, the very first record. The moment I accepted the job, the system hesitated. For the first time, I felt resistance. Action will destabilize current supervisor, the voice warned. Do it, I said. The screen went white. I woke up in my apartment. Morning light through the window. My phone buzzing with missed calls. A voicemail from an unknown number. I didn't open it. Later that day, I passed a construction site on my way to work. A new building was going up. Concrete. No windows. A sign out front caught my eye. Archive facility. Recruitment open. I walked faster. That night, I checked the news. A small article buried deep. Private contractor reports missing employee. Night shift supervisor. No records found. No name. No photo. Just a blank space where a person should have been. I slept poorly. At exactly 2:11 a.m., my phone lit up. No vibration. No sound. Just a notification. Unknown file accessed. I don't work there anymore. But sometimes when I make a decision, I wonder which version of me didn't, and who's watching the record now.